The former leader of Igbo freedom fighter Asari Dokubo and his Amama soldier has brought in heavy ammunition to the extent that everybody is jittering in their community, and we are wondering that are you going to unleash a terror on your own people? What do you have to say about this, Mr. Chinedu?
Yes, let's say Asari Dokubo has bounced back again to his militancy status. If what we are saying is very clear that he actually mounted 85 machine guns on several tugboats, flying boats, machine guns. And I'm talking about sophisticated weapons. And these weapons are not being operated by the Nigerian Army. They are not being operated by the Nigerian Air Force. They are not being operated by the Nigerian Navy or Police or Marine. And it is being operated by Asari Dokubo and his Militia squad, which he has always claimed that he's going to use it against any force who is trying to come close, especially now that war is breeding in Degema and Kalabari axis, where the youth are forming a resistance group against Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo has disappeared from Kalabari as of yesterday, when it was reported that he is nowhere to be found, and that was when I had the audacity to unveil weaponry, armed tugboats, flying boats, mounting W85 high caliber machine guns on that space. And not only that, it's been also on the report that he has already empowered some members of Amama squad or Militia with AK-47 and thereabout. But it has come to the public space already, and he has declared war on the Igbo nation, the Niger Delta, the Igbo people and of course, I would not want to say Nigeria as a whole, but that is what it is at this moment. Whether there's going to be a resistance force, I'm not talking about from the Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian army or the military hierarchy, but we have not had anything from the defense headquarters so far regarding the heavy acquired armaments, a weapon of Asari Dokubo in Niger Delta. Is he going to use it to fight Wike? Who is Asari Dokubo, acquiring these heavy machine guns for, and has already mounted it for operation, position it, in a military formation to show you that he is ready to unleash whatever mayhem to anybody whom he only knows. But let me just sound it very clearly. There is massive crisis, uprising, rejection and resistance against Asari Dokubo right there in Degema and Kalabari Aziz. And the LM, let me just tell the LM of Kalabari, or whatever you call it, LM there means, people who are very close to water, who stay around water. That is the meaning of LM. So or port or wherever, but that is the meaning. So if he is claiming to be one of whatever he claims to be, it is at this point the youth are saying enough of Asari Dokubo's betrayal. He has betrayed a lot. He has betrayed the Igbo people. He has betrayed the Igbo nation. Why is it that we are not seeing all this kind of rubbish from the likes of Tombolo and the rest of them? We have not been seeing that. No wonder where men are aligning with Tombolo because of his perceived civility. It's not as if Tombolo is not a rugged, more rugged than ever, But I think he chose the side of sanity and apply high level of diplomacy in doing his thing. But this guy always come to the national TV, wedding, using AK-47, claiming that he kill people in Imo State, claiming that he can kill anybody in the north, even claiming to an extent that he want to take over express road across the nation. People are beginning to wonder, because the way it is now, he has shown that he is above the law, and that the Nigerian military and the Nigerian government cannot be able to do that. We are seeing clearly one person has acquired so much. No matter how you see it, he's a Biafran and he remains a Biafran, but people will not target to be an Igbo person. But he is, I know. But if it is what the likes of Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu them, you would have seen heaven would have let loose, and everybody would have been filled. Everywhere would have been filled with bomber jets, airplane, and other. But this is one man who stood against the Kalabari nation, the Kalabari kingdom, the people of Dekema, the Cross River, the Ogoni people, and he's daring them on the face. But thank God for brave, angry youth who have told him to his face, Asari Dokubo, enough is enough. We are not going to allow you, to bring this kind of shame. If you want to bring Fulani to Kalabari, if you want to bring Fulani to Degema, if you want to bring, Fulani agenda to the people of River State, let us watch and see. And there's already uprising against the Fulanis in Bayelsa, and the Niger Delta already. The youth are mobilizing seriously against them. So that is what it is. So if you are claiming now that the next option for you now is that you are going to align with the northern part of the country, then let us see how it's going to play out. But I can tell you, you dare not dare the people of the Jewish nation, the black Jewish nation.
Let's think this way. Is there any law in this country? Because according to what I realized, there is nobody that have this access of possessing weapon of that status. So what do you think it make government to close eyes into all this kind of a thing? Or do you think they don't see it? Or they see him as somebody they cannot touch again?
No, unfortunately, as whatever relationship is going to be with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think to an extent, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu APC-led administration have come to distance themselves, whether it's a bit or whatever, but they have made a statement that they don't want him anywhere around the power. That does not mean there might not be a certain interest that be going on up and down. Remember, just recently he threatened Obi also. He called Obi out. He started saying a lot of things, just like Reno Mokri. But Reno Mokri, surprisingly, he wished Obi birthday, happy birthday. But this guy, has started calling Obi and seeing, and so he began to suspect that he might still be fraternizing with the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration and his boys, and that was why he's taking that position, arming himself. With sophisticated weapons, and the government are seeing it and they're not doing anything. Supposedly, some people are being given that let me say space to threaten the entire community, to threaten the entire state, and send a wrong signal to the nation, that he has declared war on Nigeria, and of course, and there's nothing anybody can do. He's trying to take over, acquire some things that do not belong to him. That place he's actually dragging belong to the people, and the people are saying you cannot take the land because, like the crude oil or some deep resources are already there. So he want to acquire it by force, and there's this resistance by the youth, and he went as far as brandishing W85 machine gun operated by his boys, and going to be a heavy clash between the Amama boys of Asari Dokubo and of course the Kalabari brave youth any moment from now.
One thing that is bothering me about this Asari Dokubo is that the guy was not a Muslim from onset, was he? He wasn't. So what made him to change to, Muslim, and is now behaving like a terrorist?
Yes, according to our revelation we had, before he decided to join the Biafra movement, as at that time, where he joined, he claimed that he was Biafra and that the joy is Biafra, and he was saying a lot of things, to an extent. That even now, that his father is from Abia State, he's an Ohafia man, and they are the one that founded wherever he claimed they are now. and that letter, he said that he was saying a lot of things. He's such an unstable person anyway. But let me give you the reason why he gave the issue of after the death of Sarawiwa. You can remember when Sarawiwa was actually murdered. But this Sarawiwa is the same person that went against the Igbo interest and championed the renaming of Igbo properties and land and territories in Rivers State simply because Gowon honored him. With appointment as the sole administrator of Ogoni land. Oh, I can never forget. So, as a result of that, he aligned with the Fulani agenda. So, immediately Abacha came for him. Everybody saw what happened, and that was the end of Sarawiwa. So, the entire Ijaw people, felt threatened by that, and this man was saying that the only thing that will make him go extreme is by converting or changing his name from whatever they call him to Madrid, Alhaji Madrid, Asari Dokubo, whatever he called himself, and that was all. That was the only reason why he changed his name.
So just to radicalize himself, yes, that's why he changed.
But he forgot that the most sophisticated and bravery people does not think like that. To adopt a certain interest or religion for them to be radicalized. Go and look at the history of the likes of Ken Wiseman. Look at the history of Ben-Gurion, Godame. I'm telling you, people who influence certain concepts, in the world. Thomas Sankara. I'm talking about the recent one, Ibrahim Traore. You go and check all these people, who has transformed their ideology into humanity, into the benefit of humanity, and who has also resisted, suppression and oppression. You will discover.
And you forget to mention Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes, to understand, Master Nnamdi Kanu did not radicalize himself or change his name. Unfortunately, all his names are via Igbo names. You have Nnamdi, you have Kanu, you have Okuoku, Nnamdi Kanu.
And he doesn't need to radicalize himself.
So it don't need to radicalize. That will tell you that from onset, Asari Dokubo was not natural. What he lost leverage on his relationship with Bola Ahmed Tinubu years back, and that was how he started, benefiting from where he is now. Without that, he is nobody. We know the history. We know that he's not properly educated. He's not, But even at that, look at somebody like Tombolo. Tombolo, you can't see Tombolo. No, even though I disagree with Tombolo in some certain things, but to an extent, that guy never seems to surprise me in all ramification. In terms of the way he presents himself, in terms of the way he carries himself, he does not go to the extreme. He does not go to. He does not leave his people just openly like that. Look at what Tombolo did in Baramatu. And to an extent, he has never for one day used gun on camera to threaten his own people, which are the Biafrans, which are the Igbo people.
This is a security threat to nation. What do you think the administration of President Bola Ahmed?
Is it going to be it's not for me. But let me tell you, anybody you see that is threatening his own people in his own village, in his own kingdom, definitely his end has come. And the anger is that these people are saying they are not going to align with you and northern interests. They believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, and they are insisting that the Kalabari, the Edegema, and are all Biafra. They are in River State. They are Biafran land, and they will not align with you. And you are saying, okay, since you cannot align with me, that place, there is, I'm going to take it by force, and that is the beginning. That's why he's showcasing weapons,
and threatening
the entire nation, threatening the River State people, and unfortunately, the governor is not there, maybe to call him to order or not to call him to order. So we are going to see how those things are going to play out at the end of the day. But for now, I think the defense headquarters has not made any statement. The Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not made an official statement, but the news is everywhere that the Kalabari youths and the Degema citizens or indigenous are calling Asari Dokubo nothing but just that they would handle him the way they handle issues like this in the past.
Thank you very much.